Welcome to the Draft Brewery. Dr. Chris Baker, DC here, and it's been a while since I've done a video, mainly because I've been busy, haven't been playing too many events lately, but I also haven't even been doing that well in the events that I've played in this season, now that Shadows over Innistrad is out. And so, finally that has changed, and I've won an event recently, as of today, and went back to Sultai grind, and I'm going to go over some deck updates. Um, I was looking at Teamer builds, and I really wanted to play Teamer, but Black removal and Vulture Haven. I think Vulture Haven is probably the best card in the format right now. It just does everything you want. It lets you put things like the Sanitarium Skeleton and Elvish Visionary and Pilgrim's Eye to use for more card advantage, and and it creates a relevant flying body, and so it's kind of like, you know, must be answered. Also keeps the gas going. Just a very tough card for other people to deal with. If they answer it with enchant removal like pacifism or something, then you can just sack it to another Aven or a different sacrifice outlet like Nantuko Husk or something, and then get it back with Pulse of Marasa and just keep the chain going so that you never run out of cards. So, for the past, month or two, Green Black has been dominating. There's a couple other good decks, Green White Flyers, Blue Black Control, pieces of the puzzle type decks that I think are good, Mono Red Aggro. But I'm pretty certain anything with Pulse of Marasa and Vulture Haven was the deck that I wanted to play. And to me, the real boon of why this deck is better than Green Black, and you'll see why. I thought it was because of the Monastery Lore Master splash for blue, because it has the inevitability with Pulse of Marasa to be able to just, go off. But they have enough exile-based removal that it doesn't really matter that much. The real card is Dworal Avenger. This card is just really sick. Great pulse target, bigger than Vulture's Aven, and a key way to win the game. So I found this card to be quite strong. And in a blue splash, I was considering playing Ojutai Summons, but they're smaller against Avens, and they're good at dodging some removal, but this is a better pulse target, so went with that. So the numbers here are, again, 23 lands, 4 Evolving Wilds, so it's like 7/7 with Green Black, with a couple extra Mortuary Mar to give the Black a little bit of a lead, with 3 islands, which could be a little excessive. We really only need 2. Fixing like 4 Wilds, 3 Pilgrim's Eye, so don't need any Warp Landscape. That card's bad. Don't need a 4th Pilgrim's Eye because it's actually not that good either, but the first one is pretty important. So the removal package here, we want some dead weight. This deck was designed to beat the green black and green white grindy decks and the blue black control decks. This deck would probably not be the best against mono red aggro or any sort of mono-colored just beatdown deck. So sideboard is there to help against that, but we got the full package of oh wait, let me see. I might have changed that up actually. I think I actually ran in the tournament. I think that's a change that I would make, but I think in the tournament I ran 3 deadweight, 3 complete disregard. Yeah, I think that's how I ran it. I keep changing it up, so I can't keep track sometimes, but helps a little bit more against aggro. But some guys like Sanitarium Skeleton, you just really want to exile. Same thing with Vulture Haven, anything that runs Pulse of Marasa too. So 3 complete disregard, 4 Oblivion Strike. Oblivion Strike's just too important because it can kill things like Rune Processor and other huge dudes. I chose to go with 1 Read the Bones. This is a good way to create some card advantage. Card advantage is really hard to come by now that Treasure Cruise is out of the format, and you don't want to load up with all these sign-in bloods and read the bones because it does cost a lot of life, even if you are gaining some back with pulse. You're not gaining that much back, and you can gain some back through in processor, but um, basically the same deck from the last season. Sanitarium Skeleton is a plus edition from SOI. Deadweight's A plus edition. Um, I guess nothing else is super new. Let's look at the sideboard. So sideboard wise here, I haven't tested this, but I chose one Silk Spider Net because of the abundance of green-white flyers, and they have cards like Pacifism. So I figure you can put this on like your Elvish Visionary or something and have a relevant blocker, whereas if you just played more flying creatures or Watcher in the web, they can just pacify that and totally render it inert. But I figured the equipment was a little better at dodging that type of hate from the green-white deck. Bone Splinters in case we need more sacrifice outlets. And they have big things that we want to kill if we just need more creature removal. One more Deadweight against small aggro decks. The Duress and Negates are mainly for the blue-black puzzle deck since they run Ojutai Summons, which is a really tough card to deal with. That's the main thing that you want to stop. That and Counter Magic. Shavel back. I don't even think I brought this card in the whole day, and it's supposed to be designed against, I guess Undead Servant and Pulse Marasa decks, but it's not even good. It's sorcery. It's so low impact. You'd rather just have other cards in your deck. Altus Reap kind of goes along the lines as Bone Splinters in that it creates sacrifice outlets. Say they put, Pacifism on your Vulture Saven, etc. But also it can be used to sacrifice a creature in response to removal that would exile it. And putting in the graveyard can be better with Pulse of Marasa. So similar to Roll's Negate, except to get some card advantage and some Pulse of Marasa value. Deny Existence is a nice complement to, again, Complete Disregard, Oblivion Strike. Another way to exile a creature in case they have like a lot of comes into playability is on their creatures. Read the Bones, number 2 against Control if we just need more card advantage. If we expect the game to go really late. And 2 Root Out, again, card advantage on enchantment and artifact removal. Pretty good against, these Aura decks. There's actually these Bant and whatever Aura decks that seem to be coming out, so seems like a solid card against them. The only change that I would make right now, I think I did this change right after the event. I went Deadweight, Complete Disregard, and then I actually do want one Seer's Lantern. You'll see how that card did pretty well. This deck is pretty mana hungry. So let's see. Let's Read the Bones better. I think one Read the Bones is good. It's really hard to make cuts. I don't know what to cut, but I kind of do want to put a Seer's Lantern in here. But anyway, that's Sultai Grind. Stay tuned. We got some matches where we can really show off some interesting board interactions and some grindy matchups. All right.